Now, as many of you already know that on the Neo EC6, ET5, ET5 Touring and the ES6, ladies and gents, Neo has cut the wait times on these four vehicles to 2 to 3 weeks. Today, we just read wonderful news, or more news of saying that Neo, ladies and gents, for the most prized vehicles, and that is the ES8 and the EC7, they've now cut the wait times from 4 to 5 weeks to now 3 to 4 weeks. So in 3 weeks you could get the Neo ES8 or the EC7 which you have ordered, which is something that is incredible. Right now, this, as I've said in the previous video I did, we don't know if whether is this because of the demand issue, or is this because Neo has ramped up their production and they can now deliver more vehicles on a daily basis. So we are to find out that if whether that is true from the next NAV insurance registrations, which are set to come probably next week, which will show us if really whether this is a demand issue or of course a production ramp up catalyst that Neo, of course, by the way, it is expected to be, of course, like that. So we know that chances are very high that it could be a production ramp up thing, which might mean that Neo, as they projected now in Q4, they are ready to deliver 30,000 deliveries on a month to month. I know to some of the people, based probably on some of the numbers that we saw, of course, towards the end of September, they might be doubtful to say that maybe Neo has reached this 30,000 production ramp up capacity. Well, I don't think it's too we are to judge that yet until at least we see the kind of deliveries that not only Neo delivers on a weekly basis, but the kind of deliveries that Neo will deliver for the month of October. That is the thing that will make us to judge if whether really Neo it's now at that point where they are delivering 30,000 or not, which of course the cushion of course for the month of October is that we need to take note that from the 1st to the 6th of October, ladies and gents, we know that the deliveries were affected by, of course, the holiday that was taking place in China. But from now on, this week, we need to see, especially with the NAV insurance registration next week, the kind of NAV insurance registration that Neo is able to produce, which will now make us to at least conclude or start at least having a clear picture if whether this is a demand, or the cutting of the wait times if whether it is a demand issue, or the production ramp up has taken place. But of course, before we dig deep, or before we forget, the house rules, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. I would appreciate it just a little like button if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you about these latest news of Neo cutting the wait times on their most prized models, and that is the EC7 and the ES8, which is something that is incredible. And with the ES8, ladies and gents, you will know that this is a vehicle that is doing quite well in terms of sales. In fact, when you look into September or into the last week of September, this is the vehicle that saw its, of course, sales increase or hit an all-time high. When you look the NT 2.0 new ES8, which is something that is good and something that is, I think it should be a positive to say that a car like that is doing well in terms of sales, so it's of course wait times cut to 3 to 4 weeks, which is something that is expected to be as a good thing. So if you're enjoying this kind of content, hit the like button, subscribe, because this channel is one of the stocks that I talk a lot about because I believe in their fundamentals and their future prospects. And I know that right now there might still be probably some questions that us investors have, but I really trust the CEO of Neo, and I think there's no way that this company probably will be ran to bankruptcy, especially when we see the kind of things that they are doing, the kind of technology they're deploying, the kind of course, the investment strategy they are announcing. I don't think we can safely say, or we are to be afraid and think that Neo is going to bankruptcy, because this is a company that is set for greatness. Otherwise, coming to the 3 to 4 weeks wait times on these two most priced models on Neo, ladies and gents, I think chances are very high that it will be good news, or it might be good news, and Neo might have increased their production capacity and they can now, of course, deliver more vehicles, which of course the first sign that, like I said, we'll see if this is true what I'm saying, we'll see that from the NAV insurance registrations, which, ladies and gents, are expected to come next week. I'm hoping for the best, and I hope to see, of course, Neo starting delivering more vehicles, because like I said, their target is to deliver an average of 30,000 vehicles on a month to month now in Q4. And if they can do that, if they can deliver that, of course, 30,000 on average on a month to month, then the chances might be there that we'll see NIO hitting 200,000 for the year 2023, which is something that will be good, because this is something that, of course, the NIO CEO had said back in December of 2022. So I'm very excited about NIO. I know share price wise, yesterday we saw a relief. NIO finished the day up almost 6%, which was something that was good to see, and I hope to see a continuation, or I would like to see a continuation of what we saw yesterday in terms of the share price movement. Because, ladies and gents, I mean, we all know, or if you are a NIO follower, you'll know that NIO is the most, of course, undervalued stock when we look at the PS ratio and compare to the other, of course, EV stocks. NIO is one of those companies that are seriously at the bottom of the belly, as said by the CEO, which is something that probably is about to change very soon. And I wish, or I would like to wish that, of course, that rally, or that almost 6% rally we saw yesterday, continues as we head towards the end of the year. You'll know that there are some technical analysts that are saying that NIO could finish the year trading at $30 per stock. Which is that possible? We don't know, but we hope all to see the NIO share price going to that. Personally, I will be so excited if it can hit that $30 per stock mark, because my average onto NIO is around $23. And yeah, man, yeah, it's been a long time since I was on a red onto this NIO stock. But the good thing about the dip, that to me I think it was a positive, is that before this dip, I think my average purchase share price on NIO was around $36, and now to know that I'm on 23, it sort of like gives me a relief to say that when NIO heads back towards that $66.99 per share, which is their all-time high, then I'll be probably laughing at the kind of returns, or I'll be quite excited about the returns that I've generated from this NIO stock. So I'm still long term, or I'm investing onto this stock for a longer term, and I believe that blue sky will come, and those that are persevering throughout these headwinds will definitely be rewarded. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And if you believe that this video was amazing, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.